When I saw that there was an opportunity to view the controversial Wapato Jail facility, I knew I had to see it for myself. And since the tour was scheduled for December 1st, a Monday afternoon when many would be working, I thought it'd be a good idea to film it so people could see it for themselves. You can watch the whole walkthrough and hear questions and comments from folks, but I also included a few highlights at the beginning. The welcome from Jordan Snitzer, the owner, at a minute 40 is worth hearing too. Here is one of the 6 dorm areas. Here's the giant commercial kitchen. Here's another dorm area.
The first call I made was because this is Jordan Smith. I've known for 25 years, whatever.
Yeah, it's about.
I hadn't known too much about Volunteers of America that she's run for 22 years, 23 years, until about 12 or 14 years ago, and a wonderful person, Gene Ballum, was getting a Jimmy DePriest Award, the former conductor of the symphony, and was a wonderful man in our community. And they asked me to be the MC, and I said, I think the world of Gene Ballum, what the Ballums did for our community, founding Tektronix and all the things they've done. And so I said, I'd like to know more about what you do. So I went to see their facilities, their alcohol rehab, their drug rehab, the after-school program, the delinquent kid issues, the senior programs. I was so impressed. So our family has been a financial supporter of Volunteers America for 15 years or so. So the first call I made was to Kay and then to a friend, Homer Williams, and I said, I just bought this thing, and is there a chance of repurposing it before we tear it down? And she had been through it and came out and said, you bet. Well, over the year and a half, we worked with a number of groups, and Kay put together a very sophisticated, fabulous program to deal with alcohol and drug rehab. And if I hadn't gotten the advice from her and from other professionals in the field that it could be repurposed, we would have torn it down a long time ago. But in the year and a half, while we've gotten lots of good proposals, the funding has been an issue. The county controls most of the funding for these facilities, and they have a different opinion about it than some of us, and maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, I don't know. I've served on 30 civic boards, and I think I'm pretty good about the arts and real estate and so forth, but when you talk about drug and alcohol rehab and people on the street, I'm sure all of you have unfortunately had issues in your family or known people that have an addiction problem. And when you're faced with that, you realize that what intellectual ideas might make sense to someone that doesn't have that issue isn't the way those problems can be solved. And you need professionals that do this day in, day out to know the kinds of approaches, and the approach that Volunteers America takes has a high rate of success and so forth. We have some other professionals here too with other organizations that do such a good job every day. I've told the press every time we've been interviewed that there are wonderful organizations that are taking care of thousands of people on the street in need, and they need to be commended. It's not that nothing's being done, it's just that for many of us citizens, it doesn't appear that enough's being done. And our office is downtown, and I mean, every day we're dealing with, for our tenants downtown and even in the suburbs, with unfortunate folks. I've also said to the press, I said, it's easy to categorize people in one sort of stereotype after another, but when you realize that these folks on the street are, your aunts and uncles, your grandparents, your kids, your neighbors, it humanizes it. So the fact is, like many problems, I was accused by one of our city council people of dreaming too much last spring, of saying, can't we reuse it? And I don't know about all of you, but if you think about most things you've done in your life, it starts off with a dream, whether it's getting education, starting a business, working someplace, having a family. we sort of hit a dead end a month or two ago. We have 3 demolition bids. We picked the one contractor, about ready to sign it, and then I, saw a ray of light with another potential program. So in the meantime, we have some people there that haven't seen it, as many of you haven't. And looking back, I probably made a mistake. I should have put a big ad in the paper and had a couple open Saturdays, because for most of us lay folks that don't have her level, her team's expertise, you look at it and you think, my gosh, in 20 years, the city wasn't able to figure out, city, county, whatever, some way to repurpose it. So for those of you that haven't been through it, this was your money, and it sat vacant for all these years when there's a crying need. And I also have felt that so often we hear that a lot of these folks who need services need to be right downtown, and there are professionals like Kay and others here that say that's not necessarily the case. But anyway, so let a few of us go in first, and then come on through, and we've got some of our staff here to take you through. And there are 9 wings. It's 155,000 feet. There's 10,000 feet of office space. There are no cells. I think some of the politicians keep referring to this as cells to make it sound negative. And they also talk about warehousing people. And I think those are terrible terms. The question is, with one last gap before we tear it down, can we find a program that has public support, that honors those people, okay, and makes a wonderful home for them with the professional services they need, mental health, job training, abused mothers, whatever, so they can transition back to be the kinds of people that live next door to all of us. So that's been the dream and goal. So thanks for coming. Jeff, where are you? From the Hayden Island Neighborhood Association. Sent out a little bigger notice than maybe I was anticipating, but it's a transparent process, and welcome, and take a look and see what you think.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
That all is just wonderful. We'll go in a bit at a time, and come on
So
through.
you have the heart to tear it down. Thank goodness.
Stay clear or be aware, because I want the whole.
Are you gonna film?
I am. I mean, people can't be here. Right. Share the experience. But I would just do written comments if you were going to comment. Just written comments.
Yeah,
Like,
and I've
here's an
even done
email.
that before.
Even if you.
I've tried doing that before, and usually they either completely ignore it, or they just pick and choose what they want to use.
Yeah.
You know.
So the idea is really just to give you an idea. Obviously, the space, the potential. People seem to think this is a jail. It's really not. It was built as minimum security. The dorms are big. They're not individual cells. So when you see it, you kind of go, wow, there's so much potential here. There's rooms galore that are empty for training purposes and so forth. So it's just to kind of get you to think outside what people keep saying as, it's a jail, oh my gosh, it's so awful. It's not, and you're going to see that today. So follow me. It's just so you were standing outside. Oh. You're going to go to the right, and you're going to look at the dorms to your right. And there are 6 of those, 3 stories high, just to refresh your memory.
As we're going through
You get a little preview. Daryl, come on.
I'm supposed to move on.
So come on in, there's room. Guys, get to know your neighbors. There's no heat, so we'll create some body heat in here. Yeah. Kind of what we'll do is you guys come in, and then what we're going to have to do is we're just going to have to wait. Actually, I have an idea if we want to. So this is really just a fun part of the tour, especially while we wait for the other group to look at the first set of dorms. And maybe I'll give a little history about the first set of dorms while we're in here. But this is what would have been the control panel. So when they built the facility back in 2003, a lot of you probably know it, they spent like, I think it was close to $60 million on a facility that never opened its doors, which is a shame. But this would have been the hub where the guards would have kind of seen everything that was going on. But fast forward to here where we are. I think we've owned this, Harsh, one of the property managers, for about 1.5 years. And so, any questions at this point while we kind of give the other group a little time to?
What do you think we would do with this space?
Oh, I don't. This is really just a fun space. So I'm not really sure how this would be repurposed. I mean, I'm sure you'd get rid of the cameras and the TVs, and you could do something. There's so many different rooms. But so where we're going to go next is there is a total of 9 dorms in here. You'll see they're all minimum security, so there's no individual cells. There are 6 dorms that are identical, so it's 3 stories high, and you'll see there's 2 matching dorms on either side, and then times 3 stories, so you've got 6. Then there's 3 bigger ones, which we'll see down there, that are also identical, that are higher ceilings. So the facility does have elevators. We're not using the elevators because they're not actually hooked up. They'd be operational, but they're not hooked up to emergency, so we would hate to get stuck. So no elevators today. The water is turned off for freeze protection, so no restrooms either, so don't be tempted. Don't talk. And yeah, so let's go ahead, and I'm hoping to see them come out. We could go. Are we comfortable with stairs? Like 1 level of stairs?
Sure. One level, yeah.
1 level, because we could pop up to the 2nd level dorms while they're checking out the 1st floor. So let's do that. I'm sorry?
Would there be security to help, like, intervene if there were conflicts between guests?
So we just manage the property. So as for the actual plan of how to implement this into like a wellness center, those would be logistics that that would be a team, someone else who knows all that. So, I mean, I suppose so, exactly, because they're separate wings, so groups could be divided. You could certainly do women and children, men.
Hi there. How are you? Well, I just sort of fell in across the transom.
How you doing, sir? Andrew Wilkins. Yeah. Seen your face around for years.
Hang in there, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, appreciate
You gotta stay on.
Yeah, totally. Appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Here's my card.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, it
Doing it
is.
this time.
Oh, what?
Oh, yes.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. They won't answer your phone. They won't answer the phone. I'm looking at their background. There's no background.
That's
So
true.
anyway,
You got to
we'll
be.
get it out.
Yeah.
We'll get it out.
Okay.
Cool. Helping out the community.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's all about.
Yeah.
How about you? What are you into for today?
My name is Andrew Wilkins. I write for Village Portland. We do like neighborhood news, and
really?
one of the things we're into lately has been homelessness because it's a huge issue. So I want to come out and check this out. So
Okay.
I'll give you my card too. Yeah.
That's what I do. That's what I do
Yeah.
now. I reach
Okay.
out to veterans.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna filming this for like, people who can't be here.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, we can put it on YouTube and watch it at home.
Well, I tell you what,
they can't be here.
I do a talk show too.
Oh, okay.
With Oregon Voters Digest.
Okay, I seen that
Remember
too. Yeah,
I do
yeah.
that piece.
Yeah.
So I'm actually running and doing a lot of stuff
Okay.
before May.
Okay.
So I'm mayor now.
All right. Yeah.
So
Here
if
you
you
go.
want a good interview, you let me know.
Sounds good.
I'd
Yeah,
be more
sounds good.
than
You've been
glad-
around. Yeah.
What I'd like to do, I'd like to force the folks who are running to share their resumes.
Yeah.
To identify whether or not, in fact, they know what the issues are within the community. So that's a problem.
That's,
questions?
yeah, I hear you.
That's what I'm gonna be doing.
Okay, cool.
So they were offices. So the idea, I think, would have been back when it was built as the jail or as staff, or to come and maybe teach the inmates, I'm not sure. But I know for a wellness center, you definitely, it's not just cells, but all these rooms. And we're gonna also see upstairs there's a ton of admin, additional offices. I mean, it's amazing how many rooms are just kind of spread all throughout the facility. And a lot of them are here carpeted, bathrooms, I mean, there's, yeah.
I have a question. Are you guys gonna maintain a mailing list or a way that we could keep in touch so that as this develops, people here can be informed as to what's happening?
Excellent question. I don't know. So I know that the neighborhood association, Jeff, I think is his name, he kind of spearheaded. He might be a good source, I don't know how word completely spread today, so I don't know if there's that's a good question. I really
Ask
don't know
Jordan
the
if Harsh
answer.
wanna do that,
Yeah.
just so that people can just have their emails on file, so that anytime anything happens, we can all kind of follow along.
Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I know his marketing team is floating around, so that might even be something they could help implement.
We did get a mailing list, John, from the last tour, but the logistics of getting people to sign it was pretty overwhelming, and that group wasn't nearly as big as this one.
Yeah, that's true, thank you. All right, so let's go take a look, and we'll see if that other group is done, and we can take a look at the dorms, the first set. Come on.
Feels like a high school, kind of.
Here, let's go on this side, actually.
Too many people.
So come on this side, we'll go on this side.
Seems enormous. This thing is enormous. Wow. Yeah. Is that exercise? Yep, exercise equipment. Toilets. Wow.
The showers are back there. Each dorm's got like its own, they call it the outdoor area. Technically those windows are the outdoor. So you can do a gym in there, you could turn that into a room. Each of these dorms also has, you could eat in there, training rooms, whatever. But the idea, at the time they built it, the idea you'll see the buffers of each of this dorm was designed to do 50 folks or 60. You could do more or less. Bunks would go in there. So it just kind of gives you an idea. 6 of these, and then there's 3 others that we're going to see. But I mean, each of these are separated. I think someone asked, you could definitely close off the door if you just wanted one section. If you just wanted men, women, men on this floor. So there's this, and then on the the other side, you can kind of poke your head. It looks exactly like this. So yeah, I mean, each dorm, it's a lot of toilets, a lot of showers, a lot of potential for beds.
So this is one. This whole thing is there's 6 of these.
This is one of 6.
Whoa.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then there's one on that side. So there's
Okay.
two. So
Okay,
they're
cool.
stacked up high. Yeah.
Gotcha.
But no, exactly. So each one of these has its own set of showers,
Yeah.
its own set of restrooms.
Yeah.
Some beautiful TVs that the county left behind for us.
Okay.
You know, nothing but that.
That's right. Wow.
Well,
TV.
in 2003 it was, you know.
Yeah. God.
They did. They took the bunk beds. Yeah. All right. So, any questions while I've got everybody here? General questions? So I want to say it's about 450. Okay.
525.
No, well, the kitchen was built, so the county intended to expand it, and so the kitchen was technically designed to do more than just what could house at the time. But
That's kind of cool too.
Yeah.
and we'll see the kitchen. So on our next stop, we actually went to the training room, so we're gonna kind of go straight down. We're gonna actually see the kitchen next, followed by the next set of dorms, and then we'll go back to the med bay. So just kind of follow me, and whoever is my last person, we'll kind of let everybody have another minute. So those who argue that say this isn't ADA, I mean, the elevators would be functioning, obviously all the doors, the restrooms even, you know, all have ADA, exactly. And maybe at some point we'll let these folks cross to join. Your group's right there.
Nice machine. Dishwashing station. Big coffee area. Stoves, more than likely. Big old freezer. Man.
If you have to ask, you couldn't afford it.
One giant kitchen. That's cool. It's like a big old dishwasher.
I want you to figure to put this online, how much it would cost.
I'm not even gonna guess that. Yeah, I know because there's some of the equipment definitely has to be updated, like the HVAC system. So there's things that need to be done as well. It was state of the art back in 2003. Plus, we haven't done a whole lot because we didn't know what the future was. You know, were we still was it going to be for that a wellness farm or just a tenant? So until you know, you can't really spend money on a project. So, they came up with some rough numbers, but I couldn't spit those out for you. That's for sure. Are we ready to move on? We're going to actually take a look now at the next set of dorms. So come this way.
Come on, Max.
Kids would have a field day skating in here. we'll stick to the right, you guys, because we've got another group coming out.
I'm sorry, there's no more room.
Wow.
Now, this space does have bars.
Yes, but it's not, if you look, it's open. That was only for safety. And that's what people look at and they go, oh my gosh. But a vision, if you were to cut off that top layer, is only to keep people from pushing or for falling, probably. But if you look at the two sides, they're completely open. So it was never a lockdown at any time. So this is, people see the bars. They also like this because it's got the higher ceilings. You've got a lot more natural light. So there are 3 of these. These were each, I think these fit like 54 was in the intention. So you've got some lockers down here. You've got a whole nother level up there. Again, as the other ones, each dorm's got its own set of restrooms, showers, as well as you've got, classrooms, training rooms, whatever you wanted to do. Outdoor area. These outdoor areas actually open up to the outdoors. So again, I'm just kind of looking around. It's a lot of potential.
Are we talking about like triple decker bunk beds or quad decker bunk beds?
Double, just double. So I think what they were going to do is they had like a set of 2 and then in front another set of 2. But I mean, imagination, whatever, you can move them out more too. And because you've got 9 wings, again, you can do a wing for just women and children or men, or depending on what the needs are. Yeah. So feel free to take a look. If you guys have any questions,
Is there anything set up like a medical facility here?
We're gonna see that next.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's still like a little cool that we're gonna go through, as well as we're gonna go through where technically the visitors would have gone. We're gonna go upstairs and take a look at some more admin offices, which then connect back to the original 6 dorms. So again, there's 3 of these. So this is the one that's the most far out. We actually walked by 2 that are identical to this next door. This is on 18 acres. Yeah, so in the back, there's a whole open land. I mean, you could do organic gardens, you could do all sorts of things out there. All right, so I think we'll kind of maybe skedaddle with my group. I don't know who's my group or not my group anymore.
If you're my group, hold your hand up. Here's your umbrella.
Whoever finds me charming, come this way. All right, we'll start kind of gathering.
Oh my God.
Like somebody was planning where they were going to store.
Where they deliver the groceries.
Ah, makes sense.
Your alarm, the sensor's off and it's been off, so it turns off, comes back on again. So this is the medical bay. Over there, obviously, you saw kind of some offices, what was designed as a pharmacy. Down here, you'll see as we go down on your right, and we are going to go through there, there was a room that was meant as a dental room, 2 medical exam rooms. There's even an x-ray machine. The x-ray machine's actually still there, along with the little dark room, so they left it. So it'd be real easy. So kind of we'll walk through, and what we'll do, and take your time as you walk through, and then we'll do is we're gonna go back left, and we're gonna hit the processing room, because that group's gonna hit here, and we'll reconvene over there. But while I've got you all, any questions? All right, there we go.
Isn't it also a money issue?
There's
Partly
a
going
lot.
forward.
Yeah, and I
So
couldn't
they
even-
should just do a GoFundMe page. Let the citizens say what they want.
So that's where your extras are. You're welcome to pop your head in, and then
No,
on
they,
these doors.
if the problem is the county is saying and the city's saying, we don't wanna pay the money. Well, then let's just come up with the money. We already paid. Look, they want more. They want more.
What is that? X-ray machine, maybe? Light? Oh. That's definitely one. Yes, sure, sorry. It's definitely. Yeah.
Those look like cells.
Yeah, those
They
do
say
look
they
like
don't have any
cells.
yeah.
Right, that's, yeah. That's pretty heavy. Yeah. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, that's how you get your food.
Yeah.
This room, just for curiosity's sake, and we were just talking, I mean, obviously this room might be a little bit more hard to repurpose, but anything's doable. It's one room, you know, storage. But this was used as a processing. So, you know, your experience here at jail, at least, you know, but the idea is that the inmates would have come into this big enclosed area. There's big gates, so the buses would have rolled in, inmates would have come in. I see it as musical chairs, but ideally this would have been where the inmates sat, and you've got your holding cells. This is actually the only place in the jail really where you've got lockable cells, and I think there's a couple solitary ones too, because it wasn't built up.
Little gate.
So this is where folks would have come and gone. These doors, you know, one opens from that control panel, you need a key. So again, this is just because we're here, it's interesting. But use it for storage, you know. You don't walk anybody up. Use it for storage, post it off.
So you know about this a lot, huh? About this.
Yeah, I've been following it for quite a while. Yeah. We have a nonprofit that's sort of involved in public safety and homelessness issues. So we know Daryl Turner pretty well, the EPA president.
So we're gonna go through to what would have been, and you kind of look a lot more at this room. It's got like a big projector screen in it with a sound system. But it's where the guests would have come in to visit. And then upstairs was a great admin area, carpet, lots of lights, more vision.
Well, it was, yeah, totally.
So let's go this way.
Yeah.
You can actually see why there's resistance to turning this into that sort of
You done live streaming?
You still touring?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it all up there, you know.
I was doing it too, but I'm just like, how many more things are we gonna say?
Right, it all kind of like starting to look the same. We were worried we couldn't get a signal through the walls, so I went for the video rather than the live stream. But you got a good signal, huh?
Oh yeah, all
Okay.
time.
Okay, cool. Citizen media, we're winning it. I don't either. I liked my gal though. She was awesome. Well, this is Daryl, so he's probably good too.
This would all next that building. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not talking about the people who provide the services, but some of the people, the administrative people are concerned about their pockets as opposed to the collective good of everybody. Because this would be a place where everybody can come for a bunch of resources. So you're really honing down and condensing what you have to a place where you know people can also live and stay long term. This place you can stay for a year. There's no long-term temporary housing in the city of Portland that can house for a year.
Beep, 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 beep. What'd you think?
It's amazing, and then to think of, Smith Bybee right there.
Is it?
It's like this natural paradise.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'll look at it from the air.
Okay, yeah, I haven't looked at the...
Take your map on your system.
Yeah.
And then look at the satellite view. Smith Bybee is this just beautiful wetlands.
Oh, cool.
So that's all. It's like being in a park.
Oh, okay. They could maybe connect that in somehow.
Yeah,
Wow.
no, it's awesome.
Cool. All right, have a good night.
This will be a no holds barred. You come in, if you got stuff you shouldn't have, dump it in someplace, get rid of it. There's nothing, once you get through these doors, you're good. But you have to get through these doors, and it has to be rules. So we're gonna go upstairs now.
You could have lockers out here.
Yeah.
And give them a key.
So why would we go to pet projects like $65 million
The navigation center, yes, oh my God. They're like 3 inches from that bed, it's horrible. I hope that wouldn't be the case here.
And these would be all small, again, administrative offices.
Vacant for a long time, before Harsh ever bought it, it's been.
It's in amazingly good shape.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is the final, not the final, but maybe that push that's needed. So, I'm not sure where it lies. That's our frustration. I don't know what the next step is. Well, thank you for coming.